All right, here we
Welcome
go.
again, episode 22 of What the Fellas Think, the podcast that leads you to be educated, entertained, and inspired. With me is my brother Brandon. On his way is Jeremy. I'm not speaking for you, I'm speaking of you, so say what up to the fellas. Huh.
I like to thank our audience for always tuning in to listen to us. Definitely like, comment, and subscribe, and enjoy the show. Let's get started.
Definitely. If you got any comments that you want to share with us, go to what WT fellas think at gmail.com. We love to hear your opinions, your questions, your comments, your concerns. By you speaking, you make us a better podcast. Always shout out to my man Roy Tiger Brown. I'm keeping solid on this, overseen by my man. And I want to kind of dial back. Right now, episode 20 is up, and I recommend everybody view it. It's called the Brian Jones podcast or Brian Jones episode. We've gotten a lot of views on that, and we're going to revisit that in a few weeks. Somebody that was supposed to be on the original one couldn't make it. After her this individual viewing it, she said there was so much more to add. So we're looking forward to what she has to say, what the feedback has been, and let me just share some great news. I think we got hold to somebody's ear that can really help us along. But more about that later. I'm your boy Roy, 22, 21 in the bag, 22. Here we go. So we're gonna start out with the hot topics, and it hasn't been getting too much media play, but the news is out there. Things didn't go as far as it would have made it newsworthy, but we believe that there was a third attempt on the assassination of Donald Trump. A gentleman was caught miles away from where he was going to be at, giving a speech with a whole bunch of firearms, and they're pretty much trying to tie that together as an attempt on Trump's life. Again, you haven't heard about it much in the news, but ladies and gentlemen, it is out there. There are news platforms that don't give you the BS, like Al Jazeera's. Is one of the great sources. They're not biased. If you try to sign that website, Brandon, what do you think? One more before the election?
Well, I would hope that this would be the last, but I just think there's no they can't really prove that his intent was to hurt Donald Trump, but it is a little odd having that amount of weapons in your hotel room and you with your family and all that. So like, what's the plan here? So it is a little odd, and it was at the Trump Towers, so it's very odd. But I don't think I know the media's gonna spin it like people out there trying to kill Donald Trump, but I don't think so. I just think maybe he had something else he was planning, but I don't know if it was tied to Donald Trump. There's no one way to be 100% sure of that.
Unless you don't like the security system you have at home when you go on vacation, there's no way in hell you should be bringing that many guns. Case in point, a few years back in Las Vegas, a gentleman had the luggage cart, two luggage carts full. He made two trips to bring up firearms, which resulted in a melee sorts at a concert where he was just sniping at individuals, just shooting into a crowd. So there was no one specific. It was just to cause panic and mayhem and uproar, so forth. But yeah, there's no reason you should have that many guns on vacation. But that's all they're going to tell
Okay.
us.
Mhm. I don't even think they released his name.
No, they
I
didn't.
don't- yeah, so yeah, we're not
It,
gonna know
it
too much
was
on that.
it was really a fart in my ear hearing about it. I forgot what I was doing, but I heard it in the background. And I'm like, okay, so if it's a thing, it'll be on the news tonight or tomorrow or whatever. But that wasn't the case. And even before we started recording tonight, I double checked. I'm like, was I hearing things? So I went out there searching, and there was tons of stories about a possible third attempt. Uh, he doesn't need that much press, especially right before election time. And speaking of, just to be fair, Kamala Harris was on a popular hip hop oriented theme morning show, The Breakfast Club with Charlamagne the God, and he gave her the business. He wasn't going light on her, and one of the subjects came up, reparations, and I thought this would be a great topic to discuss with the fellas to see what they think. Do we need reparations? I mean, my worst fear is that Dave Chappelle skit where reparations were given out. The guy bought the cigarette truck and people just doing crazy shit with their money. First of all, are we old reparations? And if so, how should it be distributed without it being disruptive?
If well, first of all, I'll say as our ancestors did go through horrific crimes against them, if you're gonna give out reparations, I think it need to be given out in the form of assets. Like there are people, there are families in this country that have a family-owned bank, or they go and borrow money against that bank, and they paying family back. They have an asset for generations. Pay it back
Long,
in
long,
that
as
way. So
long as they paying
pay it back
back.
in that way. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If you don't give out reparations, give an asset like that, create generational. Because our ancestors suffered and died. So reparations doesn't really solve anything. That doesn't solve a problem. Because the
A
problem
lot
is
of
we.
land was stolen, and some has been given back over time. There was story maybe 2 or 3 years ago about a African American family being rewarded their ancestral land back to them due to the manner that it was taken from them. I guess that's more of a legal thing, but then again, if we give it back in the form of a bank, I don't know, some cookouts would be kind of sketchy. Here comes Jerome, that nigga ain't paid that shit back yet. He and watch him take 2 plates home. That motherfucker.
But I'm just saying though, if you're gonna give reparations back, make it an asset because people, like you say, people lost their lives, they lost their homes, they lost everything. People were killed, kids were killed. That's reparations don't really solve that. You think you throw some money at us and fix it problem. I don't think that's ever going to be the case. I think a lot of people they hope or they just looking for a handout, really,
A lot of
because
bodies were put on display as a sign of show as well. That's wrong.
that's why I, that's why I think what's crazy is to me, and I'm not one to say I don't really care if Kamala Harris is black, white, whatever. I don't care about that. What I do see in the media and I see from black men and women, the name called. I saw one person called a long face Cocker Spaniel or something. Like I'm like,
Didn't have nothing else. They couldn't say you embezzler, you
yeah,
raper, you
that's
fraudulent document server or whatever.
but that's the thing though. I don't care if they even talk about Donald Trump like that though. Why are we going to that extreme when we're not focusing on the policies that can help? Do they have policies that can help us? black community, white community, whatever community you fucking a part of, like the name calling, all that 12 schoolyard,
That schoolyard,
uh,
yeah.
yeah, that type of rhetoric is like crazy to me, and I'm seeing a lot of it, mainly on our side. I even see people like got signs up black for Trump. They don't have signs up
Right.
white for Trump. They ain't got Asians for Trump, but we got to show that.
We're for Trump.
That's
We got to put ourselves out there. And
yeah.
I be kind of paying like special attention to Trump's background when he's on the podium giving a speech, and there's some coons, behind him parading, smiling and cheesy, skinning and grinning. And I'm like, really? He doesn't give two shits about you.
That's what I mean though, and I even like the thing that, and I'm up in the air, truthfully, about like what to vote for, who to vote for, because I do my own research. I don't listen to the news. I don't listen to other people. I do my own research. And to me, a person when like for instance when the pandemic hit, and they got zero response from the president, and then it became a major thing. People were dying. Then it became a response. But the he got rid of the global health uh, organization that was basically make us prepared for crisis like that. And it was no response for that. But then you think people go back and they see that and they like, oh, he cares. He cares. No, he doesn't. He doesn't care. You can't care if people are dying and you do nothing to help that situation. And that instance from 2020 to 2021 or 2022 even, people were losing their homes, losing jobs, all that. The only people that gave something was the Biden administration, that 1.9 trillion relief plan. And that the option there was like crazy. Either you help the people or you help the business. They chose to help the people, and now they're getting blamed for the inflation because of lack of resources.
Well,
But it's like the lesser of two evils though. You gotta help the people because people lost their jobs, they lost their homes. Like, what are you supposed to do? Just let them suffer? And then people like the government doesn't care about you. They just did something to care about you. And it lost in the muck because people want to say long face, talk about an all type of fake black person, call all these names, right? And call Trump all those names. But look at the policies, look at the facts, the hardcore facts. That's what matters, not the name calling. I just
don't
wanted to say
don't
that.
get this
I just
don't
wanted to say
get distracted by the pyrotechnics and streamers. Listen to the facts.
that.
Listen to what's
Yeah,
going on
yeah.
behind all of that. And to add on to that, from my understanding, Trump was aware of this issue as early as November 2019, but chose not to speak on it and keep it hush. I think this caused a lot of death, and I don't solely blame him. I also blame the ignorant shit I saw on TV. They having Corona parties. I mean, being in townhouses, you elbow to elbow, no room, juking it up or whatever. And the audacity to see people wearing, some people, maybe, 3% of the crowd wearing masks under their chins, whereas they were scared, but, oh, you believe in that Corona shit? Take that mask off. And they did. And the young kids, their immune system is stronger. They can contract it and not show a symptom, but they take it home and grandma catches it, or the parents catches it. So the death toll could have been a whole lot lower. I I could I could have not lost as many relatives as I did. So yeah, it
I think we
hit.
lost Elroy for
Yes. Yeah. Something's going on with my internet in the area. I'm working on that. I'm sorry. But no, the bill is paid. But yeah, so much was lost behind that. and just his arrogance when he supposedly contracted corona, the virus itself, he didn't take it seriously then. I think it was probably a publicity ploy, and him being the leader of the free world, people follow his word. Him downplaying it made them downplay it too. And that again caused the numbers that we got of deaths and people still dealing with health related issues since then. And
See,
like you said, the economy took a hit too, but there was people that couldn't put food on their tables and was willing to take that chance of on catching it as opposed to sheltering in. They're sitting around watching their utilities go out, no food on the refrigerator, etc. They was willing to take that chance just to put food on the table. It just caused an unnecessary mess.
yeah, that's what I mean though. But people look at that and be like, "Oh, he still cares."
And the
That's my thing about that. One person or one administration, if you want to call them that, did something at least. It may have had a negative impact down the line in terms of inflation, but they did something for the people. That's what matters. The people. That's what matters at
so
the end of the day.
correct me if I'm wrong. The election is the second week of November.
The first week, if
The
I'm not mistaken, it's November 5th.
Well, regardless, right, it is November 5th. So we actually did have something planned for that show, but I think right there, that's the subject of our show, being that we tape on Wednesday, and we can move that other thing to the following Wednesday. I'm glad we brought this up because I'm actually trying to get the scheduling in order for that event. It's a men's health special. No need for the mystery. We're gonna bring on a doctor, my physician, also Jeremy's physician, and he's going to talk about men's health, things that we should be looking at, things we should be addressing, not just physical health, but mental health as well. So that will be the following week. Well, I guess we're going to dedicate that first week to NBA and but before we get into the NBA and we want to bring our brother on, he should be coming on soon. I want to get on my soapbox about the hip hop awards. The BET Hip Hop Awards aired yesterday, and it was because of scrolling on Facebook that I forgot that I was reminded that it was on. So I didn't immediately jump to watch it. I just recorded it. But I was made aware of some things that occurred, and I want to speak about it. First of all, I'm going to admit somebody getting killed in your house.
No, no. Unfortunately, I have wild kids. Wow.
No, it's all good. It's the Hip Hop Awards. I'm going to be the first to say, and I was probably feeling this for a while, but it's something Method Man brought up this past summer at this year's Hot 97 Summer Jam. He's like, this will be the last year I perform because this ain't my crowd. My crowd is come and gone. They're not there no more. This is a whole new generation. So you won't see me there again. And I'm looking at the, and I say this with air quotes, talent that was on the BET Awards and some of the awards that who won the awards. And believe me, you won't be surprised when I start out with Sexy Red. She was named the Artist of the Year. First of all, false advertisement. And if you got to put your name in your job title, you're not good at it. Case in point, Cedric the Entertainer. If you got to put that in your title to tell us what you do, because I can honestly say I never laughed at a Cedric the Entertainer joke. No, I take that back. I did laugh at one, but come to find out, he stole it from an 80s sitcom, Bominicious. Yeah, yeah, I know that joke, Bominicious. Sexy Red, there's nothing sexy about her to me. And I'm not trying to downplay my sister, but there's nothing attractive. You say teach his own bullshit. There's nothing sexy about her. Uh, do I like some of her songs? I like two of them. They're catchy, and one I like is "Get It Sexy." And You won't see me doing the dance. I listen to it. I listen to Sirius Radio when it comes on. I stop and I listen to it, and I realize that song is not even 3 minutes long. And it's like they pressed her for time to write a song. If you listen to it, that song had the potential to be a fucking monster hit. But it's like she was pressed for time with all her content. And the one part is the break when she goes, "Little Miss Sexy walking down the street." I'm like, that's dope right there. She could have went on with that, but she rushed that shit. Uh, I know back in the 50s and 60s, you had 2 minutes and 30 seconds to record a song, and they took you off. And then as time grew on, they allowed songs to get longer. Of course, the extended remix was that was a treat. That was late night treat, but they had to fit in their sponsors and everything. So I'm sure there was time constraints during the 80s, the 90s, 2000s, and so on about how long songs could be, and those songs actually got longer. But this song, I guess we're resorting back to time constraints because all these songs now are under 3 minutes, and they put their best foot
Yeah.
forward, and half of the song is the hook and not the actual song. They repeat popping off this Molly, popping off this Molly. They say that about 50 times. Take another pill because I'm popping off. There's no substance in these songs anymore. But yeah, she was named the artist of the year. And what does that tell our children? You know, that
you
that
know
that
why?
follow her already.
You know why those songs is like that, right? Because the mainstream record labels, they think the rest of the world got short attention span, so it's always catchy hooks, short songs, and quick phrases. Ain't no real,
And
ain't no more like metaphors, Lil Wayne, DMX storytelling, Tupac and all that. It's all catchy hooks. That's why Eminem said what he said. It's all catchy hooks. It's not it's not
it's not about the lyrics.
it's not about the lyrics anymore.
Ladies and gentlemen, the song we're talking about is called Syllables. It's not an actual release, but if you go on YouTube and download, upload the song Syllables, you'll hear him. Him, 50 Cent, and somebody else is on that song. And they pretty much blatantly play upon your ignorance. Funny Bunny, Sunny Money, look, I didn't say nothing and I took all your money. That's a 50 Cent lyric in that song. So yeah, and maybe this generation does have short attention span. And they say that we produce drug dealer music and they produce drug user music. And that's pretty true. And I'm not just going to sit here and harp on Sexy Red. I think you've heard enough of that, to last a lifetime. But and I want to get the phrase correctly. So I got that up here on the screen. I'm not going to share it. I just looking it up for my reference. The best hip hop platform. Um, my question to you is not who do you think it went to, but who do you think it should have went to, Brandon?
For best hip hop platform,
Yes, that could be a magazine, podcast, anything.
hip hop platform, I would say it's always got to be Sway in the morning.
Sway in the morning could be that's a good one. Although here's my point about Sway. Since I just so with my series on my vehicle, I can only store so many favorites, and I try not to put too much of this or too much of that. So far as hip hop goes, I didn't have Shady 45 on there. So one of them was getting kind of repetitive and boring, so I removed it and I put Shady 45 in there. So scrolling through in the morning, Shady Sway and Tech in the morning or Sway in the morning always plays Wake Up by Harold Melvin and Blue Notes. And I can only imagine he's been doing that for years. And I love the song, but I can't listen to that every day. But far as being a hip hop platform, yeah. For me, I would say Drink Champs.
Oh, that's another, yeah. But who
Joe
did it go to?
Budden's Joe Budden's another podcast. But who did it go to? And this is why I'm bringing it up. Club Shay Shay. I don't think that's a hip hop platform.
They didn't lost. No, and I know it's gonna sound like hating on Shannon Sharp. I'm not hating on Shannon Sharp. He's a hard worker and all that. Respect had to him, but hip hop platform, absolutely not.
So,
Absolutely not.
with that said, and we're in total agreement of that, what do you think probably made him rocket to notoriety as far as his podcast? What specific episode do you think really shot him to notoriety, to really putting him on the radar?
Everybody knows it's the Cat Williams interview. It's the
Bingo.
Cat
That's
Williams
the only
interview.
reason I started.
Mm.
I knew it existed, but I had no desire to listen to it until that. I don't think that's a hip hop platform. Is it a great podcast? I mean, and that's still debatable. Is it a recognized podcast? Yes, it is.
Yes.
Is it a popular podcast? Yes, it is. But as a hip hop platform, no. And that just goes to show you some of these award shows. At the end of the day, they got the final say so. And I'm going to give you another example. Uh, Kendrick Lamar walked away with like 4 or 5 awards, all for Not Like Us, which is a hot fucking song. It deserves every props it gets. But I don't think maybe Song of the Year, but I don't think you can be Artist of the Year off of one song. Just like I don't think Biggie can be considered the GOAT off of 2 albums, 3 if you counted being the double album, or so forth. I think it takes more than just one thing. You can't call Biggie a GOAT. And let me stir some feathers here. I've been saying this for years, and I'm going to say it this time on this platform. And again, the email is WTFellasThink@gmail.com. Rakim is not the GOAT. You take Paid in Full, which
Is
is
it
an
one of them?
absolute, you take Paid in Full, you're wrong. Well, that's my opinion. You take Paid in Full, an undeniable classic. You take that away from him, he doesn't have much left to offer. Oh yeah, you're gonna name off maybe 5 or 6 more songs, and I'll probably agree to those songs. But based off his discography, not including Paid in Full, his career could be summed up with Paid in Full and probably another full album and an EP. That's an extended play, which has about 6 songs, and that's with nothing but the hits. The rest of his albums, including his solo albums, honestly has been mediocre. His Eric B. and Rakim albums, they had 3 or 4. I mean, doing it with the R, the ledge, juice, know the ledge. I could name songs, but to call him the GOAT, I find it completely absurd. And this is not me being a hater, but I'm really sparking thought and conversation. Before you disagree with me, think about what I just said. Take away Paid in Full, and his whole career could be summed up in one album and one extended play. When he
What's your
tours, go ahead.
what's your criteria for being a goat?
I mean,
I think we losing connection again.
Rick, I am back. LL, he justifiably is the GOAT. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. If we can't fix this in editing, you know, I'll work on it. I strive to be better. LL Cool J, he called himself the GOAT and justifiably so. In 5 decades, he's put out hit albums. He just recently put out a new album, and if you listen to it, it's bananas. Can you play it all the way through skip without skipping? No, because there's certain songs that he has played that I don't care too much for. A goat is consistency. A goat is putting out bangers. I'm almost compelled to call Fat Joe a goat because he puts out bangers. Uh, what is that? All the way up. What's love? I can go on. Fat Joe has put out some bangers, so he almost has GOAT status. I wouldn't call him a full-on GOAT. Is Tupac a GOAT? I don't know. The fan in me wants to say yes, but Tupac's lyrics are as simple. It's more or less the emotion he puts into his lyrics and the subject matter. He's a great storyteller, not in a sense like Slick Rick, but his lyrics can draw pictures in your head. You know,
So is DMX not a goat?
let me get back to that because I'm coming to the point now where I'm saying Jay-Z is not a GOAT. He just put out bangers. He gave us something new. To me, I listen to Jay-Z albums now, they don't carry over as well. The Black Album, oh fucking fabulous. That's it. That's his Eric B. and Rakim's Paid in Full to me.
But
Everything
you
else,
said you
go ahead.
said consistency. Jay Z has been
Consistency.
he's been consistent.
He's been consistent to the masses, yeah. And again, I'm not trying to be a hater. Has he put out number one pop hits or singles? Yes, he has. But at the end of the day, you know, I'm not doing the bankhead bounce to every damn, well, I'm not doing it at all. Uh, some of his songs are for the club. And again, I consider Eminem a GOAT. But people's argument is you won't hear an Eminem song in the club. Does that mean GOAT
Yes, you will.
status? Huh?
That's always been my thing with people when they bring up Eminem because they be like, "Ain't nobody in the hood bumping Eminem." Yes, they are.
Yes, they
Yes,
are.
they are. In the club, yes, they are. Just because
I
you
haven't
don't
heard
hear.
Eminem. I haven't heard Eminem in the club. I don't think he makes club friendly songs. And I might be wrong about that, but overall, lyrically wise, I mean the kid's a genius. The way he his wordplay, how he can fit words. He made orange rhyme. I forgot what he said, but that's he has ghost status to me. Um, some honorable mentions that need to be mentioned as goats. Master Ace, and you probably ain't even heard of Master Ace.
Nah,
Master Ace
nope.
was on the symphony. Master Ace, he he didn't get radio play. I mean, maybe Jeep Ass Nigga was the West Coast remix was his probably his biggest hit nationally wise. But to a true fan, I mean, Master Ace just put out an album this year, and I can honestly say I got every Master Ace album because he's consistent and
I
he
got a
he go ahead.
I got a question for you. So based off your criteria, is Andre 3000 not a goat?
Oh yes, he is.
But based off your
From every Outcast album to almost every appearance that he's done, he's stolen the show. Andre
so what?
3000 is a go.
So why? I know Rakim has a smaller catalog, if you want to say that, but the talent was still there.
Oh, again, and when I say his talent, I say there's certain songs that undeniably, when he's performing or you're listening to it, you stop and listen. Move the crowd. Eric B for president. I mean, I can name those hits, but I don't think he's GOAT status. I just don't think he's GOAT status. And I'm not going by record sales either. I'm just going by like overall content. Sometimes the object of an album was to have one hit single and everybody buy the whole album. Now maybe those songs are not heavily pushed and they're considered fillers. They have filler songs just to fill the album, but they were designed to have one hit enough to garner album sales. And I can name artists that did that a couple of times, but I found gems in that album as well, but they only put out one single, and that one single carried the whole album. So
My
you just got to take it in with a grain of salt.
my criteria for GOAT, at least for me, is if you remove that person and their catalog from hip hop, is hip hop be the same for you? And for me, if you take Rakim out, you take I'm not a great fan of LL like most people, but if you take LL out, you take DMX out, you take Tupac out, you take Biggie out, you take Jay Z out, you take Lil Wayne out, you take Eminem out, take 50 Cent out. Hip hop is not viewed the same for me. Like for me,
You know what?
that's what I consider GOAT.
And no hate to 50, and I'm only being honest, and this is my opinion. I put him in that same category as Rakim. Get Rich Die Trying was a great album to the masses. To me, I skip over half of it. It's just some songs just don't grab me. The next album he put out, maybe that one album had maybe two or three hits on it to me, and it was enough to sell the album, but it was just filled with fillers. 50 Cent hasn't been a consistent rapper. And I think he knows that. That's why he switched lanes. That's why he's the entrepreneur he is. And every now and then he'll come out, he'll drop a 16 on a guest appearance or whatever, and he still draws crowds. But his his
But
his his catalog is not as big as it doesn't deserve ghost status. His songs and the latest songs have been the themes to his shows. I find myself banging those a lot. Um,
well, well, the thing that to me is with 50 Cent, he has I believe now is one of the top streaming songs of all time.
in the
Um,
club.
in the club
Hmm.
and Wankster, I believe Wankster. Those are the top stream one of the I think four of the top streaming songs of all time. I think that's what he has. Someone fact check me because I could be wrong. But but the thing is with that is that's going to play out throughout history. Like you're gonna be 70 and you're gonna see some kid that bumping 50 Cent in the club. And
Hmm.
that's what I mean by GOAT status. For me, if you take them out with their entire catalog, is hip hop viewed the same? That's what I mean.
Um, I don't think, and this is again my personal opinions. And guys, audience, I want you. I know you getting riled up by what I'm saying, and I'm not doing it for shock value. This is truly my opinions, and I want to hear your comments. WT fellas think at gmail.com. I will read them. I will not censor them. I will not rewrite them. I will read them as they are. I don't care what you say about me. But no, 50 Cent, you take 50 Cent away. I don't think he opened up a genre for hip hop like Jay-Z did. Jay-Z, he just took people by storm. He took people by storm. And I know what I said earlier about Jay-Z and it still stands, but you take Jay-Z away and it's just like that was doing what they call the bling era, and that's when the suburbanites were getting into hip hop when they thought it was cool. If Jeremy was on his right now, he would tell you about the story about where he went to school at, how he was reciting Eminem lyrics and they were making fun of him or hip hop in general. And he comes back after summer break and everybody's wearing their pants low and singing Eminem and stuff and so on. If you got that impact, great. But I can probably put let me before I get distracted away, there's a joke about 50 Cent. About 10 years ago, I was at this party. My man was DJing. He says, watch my equipment. I'm going to the bathroom, make sure nobody messes with it. So I'm standing there. This lady comes up to me. She's like, nobody's dancing. Could you play some top 40 stuff like 50 Cent? And I leaned over. I said, ma'am, 50 Cent ain't been in the top 40s in years. And so there's a reminder in my memories on Facebook that when that comes up, that I joke with him again. 50 Cent had already, to a sense, faded, where he was putting out stuff and it just wasn't reaching the people. And that really did happen. Uh, Eminem, out of his whole discography, I think he had two terrible albums. One of them was when he was after came out of rehab and he was sober, and that's not to say that he's best when he's high off shit, but he was going through a period of sobering up and just trying to be right. And it was called Recovery, total garbage. And like I said, I speak of him, I don't speak for him. Coming to the stage, my man Jay Hillard. What up, bro?
What's up, fellas, man? How y'all
How you
doing?
doing?
Good,
Hey,
good.
so we're talking about hip hop and
Yeah.
how it's declined. And reason I brought it up, the BT Hip Hop Awards was on last night, and I just went on Wikipedia just to see who won. And Sexy Red won for Best Artist. And I thought that was a travesty because, I mean, just her songs are so rushed. They're like 2.5 minutes of potentially great songs, but that one song, Get It Sexy, was so rushed. Like, oh, I got to put this in, I got to put this in, but I got to keep it this short, and it's garbage. But yeah, she was named
Yeah,
Album of the Year, she Artist of the Year. And here's the other one, Best Hip Hop Platform. So when I say that, who do you think should have won for best hip hop platform? Now, a platform could be magazine, podcast, or anything else that fits that. I guess he didn't want to give his opinion.
nah, I think we lost him. I think we
I know
lost him.
he'll be back.
But hey, when you brought up that question, I didn't even think of it. L.A. Leakers. I didn't even think about them.
So they were like a production crew, and they would have artists come on to their tracks, but they produced them. I don't know about them doing a morning show or anything, but that is a hip hop platform. And yes, they did put out some bangers.
Them freestyles are legendary.
So I'm afraid to continue, and I don't want to wait. So we'll come back to that subject later on in the show. Uh, or I guess we could talk about it some more and just go into our next subject. Did you have anything final to say about that?
Uh, no, I think we pretty much covered it. But
So you do agree that the masses are trying to control what we accept as good music or good sources of entertainment?
yeah, they
Would you
definitely
agree with that?
do. But they definitely do. But to me, I'm gonna listen to what I want to listen to. I don't care. I don't
Right.
care if it's Miley. I don't care if it's Miley Cyrus. Party in the USA. That's a great
Look,
song, by the way.
Wrecking Ball is one of my favorite songs. No front, and
but I'm.
it's a good ass song. She sang it, but somebody else wrote it. Somebody in the background wrote it. It's a great song. She performed it well. I
I
fucks with
love
Miley.
all type of music and hip
And,
hop.
and don't think
All
less of me, but I love the Hannah Montana movie.
now, see, I ain't go that far. See,
That's why.
Roy took it too far. He took it too far.
So Jeremy, I wanna y'all can shame me
Yeah.
later. Last week it was the Twinkies. Now it's this. Hey Jeremy, I want to bring you in on this before you fell out.
Yeah.
On the BET Awards, Entity won Best Hip Hop Platform. So
Okay.
platform could be magazine, podcast, hell, it could be a television show, if you ask me. So with that said, who do you think would deserve to win best hip hop platform right off the top of your head?
Wait. So, explain again how they do the entity and what they
It could
how
be
they
a
do that again.
podcast. It could be a podcast. It could be a magazine. It could be a podcast like Drink Champs or Joe Budden or $1 million Worth of Game. It can be a magazine like Double XL. It could be hell. It could be the Jennifer Hudson show if she was really that hip hop. So I'm going to ask you
It,
off the top of your
off the
head.
top of my head, I don't have one individual, but to me, it would have to be someone in like the in the podcast arena, because I'm
Okay,
pretty sure like with the modern era, I'm pretty sure the numbers is probably like crazy. But actually, who won it? Like, was it like more of a podcast? Like, who actually won the event? Do you know?
Club
Who was
Shay
it again?
Shay.
Hip hop?
Yes. When I think Club Shay Shay, I don't think hip hop.
Not at all.
That
I
just
think
goes to
of
show
more
you,
like,
and
yeah.
you're going to answer the. I know
Wow.
you're going to answer the question the same way me and Brandon did. What made you think? What occurrence do you think made him rocket to win that
Cat Williams.
award?
No question. It was Cat. It was Cat Williams. All right, actually, it could be Cat Williams. Also, the scandal. He had a little. He had that little
Oh,
that
the little
scandal
pat.
going on. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I think it was Cat Williams.
But it was Cat. Yeah,
Um,
but sure it was Cat.
I had never come and get this, Michelle. Uh,
Yeah,
um, I knew it existed prior to the Cat Williams episode, but it was the talk on Facebook that said, "Hey, I think it's time for me to check out Club Shay Shay," and I don't think I was disappointed by hearing that episode.
it was a great episode.
Um,
Also, if you remember, I think his platform did almost like 100 times what it used to. I think Cat Williams had what 70 million views. And I think he
Yeah.
averaged at the time maybe like what 1 million at most.
and people
That's
jumped on the bandwagon from there.
yeah, that's a crazy turnaround.
I
Yeah,
think Marlon Wayans did a great show as well. But when I think hip hop platform, I don't think Club Shay. And this is not me being a hater, but again, a hip hop platform. You want to argue with me? Send us an email. I'll read it. But I don't think
yeah.
I compare when I think hip hop platform. I think Club Shay. What? Because he's black? No, he's far from hip hop. If you ask me, he's not. His target is not hip hop. I think his topic is controversy. If you ask me.
Controversy, sports, celebrity. It's not hip hop though.
Mm.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought hip hop. Quick question though, guys.
So
Just you make it real quick.
shoot.
Real quick question.
No,
Can
take
you
your
hear me?
time. We got all
Yeah.
night.
Yeah. So is
'Cause
this
I
like
got
you guys
tomorrow
doing
off.
straight? You guys doing like is this straight a new wave you guys doing? Like I see it's straight audio, right? I don't see any video. I can't see you guys' faces.
I
So
thought
I
you
was
were
just
not in
wondering.
a comfortable place. We are on video.
Yeah, it's not about comfortable. Yeah, I think y'all changed up on me because I went to the link. But anyway, y'all can continue. Yeah, I can't. I went to the link and it sent me to a solo room by myself. So I
Really?
got out and joined
Well,
differently. Yeah,
so no, so what it was, and normally Brandon sets a date for us to record that meeting, and we
yeah.
joined that meeting. There was not one set. I was the first one to get online, so to say. So I just said whatever it said, meet now. And of course, when I clicked it, it said waiting for others to join in. So there was
Gotcha.
no actual meeting set per se. And
Wait,
we got to be
wait,
more.
y'all don't see week 22? It don't say that above y'all thing?
No, it doesn't. No, yes, it does. It says week 22 chat. It's
Yeah,
a
so you say
meeting in the
chat
chat.
and then chat. So for me, it's all audio now because it's in the chat.
So
Yeah,
if I look at the calendar, am I going to see a meeting that you created?
it's in the calendar, but if you click on the calendar, it's seen to a separate meeting by itself. But it's okay. Y'all can continue. I'm just here in the background. Yeah.
Well, just to
So
say, I don't see the meeting, but let's
yeah,
go ahead. For continuity issues, Brandon, you set the meeting. It's always from us. We get on about 5:30 to 8. Make it reoccurring.
Okay.
9 times out of 10, we do it at this time. If we have to reschedule it, you can always reschedule it. But let's just make it reoccurring just for continuity, and we're just gonna keep going on with that.
It's
Let's
cool.
not beat a dead horse. So Remy, how you feeling, man?
I feel good, bro. I'm in good spirits today, man. So
I
that's
am
what's up.
too.
Yeah.
Um,
But you off
how did
tomorrow
you?
though. That's probably why you in good spirits.
No, not really. Other reasons, and I care
Yeah.
to share on the uncensored. But how did you celebrate Columbus Day yesterday? I mean Monday.
Honestly, bro, I did absolutely nothing. I didn't accomplish anything. I
If
told
you could
myself
see, if you
Friday.
could see us, I was laughing. I'm just saying it because you actually had the day off.
Yeah, I
Uh,
told myself I had like a list of things to do, bro. I did absolutely nothing. I
Sometimes it'd
just
be like that.
Netflix movies. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Sometimes it'd be
What
like
about you?
that. I was at work.
Oh dang. Yeah. And you,
You work for
Brandon?
an Italian-based company, so you're gonna.
Yeah.
No, that's the only
I
reason you
was
get it.
Yeah.
I was at work too, Hell of a Monday.
Oh, so it was just me. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the topics we covered already. Uh, and the first one didn't get much airplay because there wasn't really too much to report on, but it was mentioned was a supposed third attempt on Trump's life in
That's new to
California.
me.
Yes. I forgot where I heard it, and then preparing for the show today, I like, wow, I haven't heard about that, but let me see if there's some more facts that they've released. And so I Googled it, and it did come up with a list of websites. One being called it's called Al Jazeera's. It's a Middle Eastern based news network, so to say. They have their own channel, and they have their own website for news. So they talked about it. I remember seeing it or hearing about it, I believe on television. But besides the fact that they really couldn't tie him to an assassination attempt, like being, stuck in some spot waiting for him to come, they really kind of backed down on it. But yeah, it was a brief spark. It didn't turn into a fire, but there was a spark about it.
Oh wow, yeah, I haven't heard about that one. That's new.
Yeah. And so we also decided we had first said we were going to do the men's health episode the first Tuesday in November. I mean Wednesday in November, but actually that prior Tuesday, the day before, will be the election. So I'm almost positive we'll be talking about that in the NBA season that Wednesday. So we're going to move our men's health episode to the week after. And I'm going to confirm that with Dr. Gard because I have an appointment with him tomorrow.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay,
So
sounds good
we
to me,
were
man.
saving we were saving the juicy conversation for you. We just had some filler here, and if I'm looking at the time right, is it going on 7 o'clock?
Yeah,
That's
7 p.m.
that's some hell of a filler. I was like, damn, can we talk about this enough until Jeremy comes on? So I mean, I want to talk about the meaty stuff. I mean, I got some shorts here, and it's all leading into sports. Did you see who they announced as the all WNBA team?
I did not.
all I
I did not.
all I saw was they plastered Caitlin Clark because she made a first team.
Yes. So those who made the All NBA first team was Nahipsha. Is that how you say it? Nahipsha Collier. Okay, I guess
I
you
have
guys don't
no
know too.
idea who she is.
No, that's the.
Yeah.
I think the Fisha is that PH. Oh no,
Yeah,
no,
Nafisha.
that
She plays for
the
Minnesota,
Fisha
number
maybe. Yeah,
24. Yeah.
yeah.
Then of course there was Asia Wilson.
Hmm.
Then Brenna Stewart. I'm not sure about her, but she plays for the Liberty, and those
Yeah.
East Coast teams have been really hot lately.
Yeah.
Of course, yes, Caitlin Clark was added to that All NBA team, and Alyssa
Mhm.
Thomas. Again, so for the
It,
sake of argument, do you think Caitlin Clark was deserving of being on the All NBA team? I'm saying yes.
first team. I would
Uh,
have to go over the. I have to go over the list to see first team. First team, I think is a stretch. I think first team is a stretch, but I really have to go over the list. But based on her numbers, I know she cracked numbers as far as being a rookie to have the most assists and everything. But I don't know. I'm gonna turn it over to Brandon. Maybe he have more of an insight on what do you think about that.
I always mess up her name, but Gulawa. Hopefully, I'm saying her name correctly. But
What's her
Gesundheit.
last
she,
name?
what's her name?
Her first name? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Agulaway.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
she been scoring like crazy. And then what's the other one? Cooper on the Phoenix, and then Sabrina Ionescu. Hopefully, I'm saying her name correctly.
Yeah.
But they got similar numbers too. Actually, too shooting percentage 50%. Well, she's shooting better than her actually. 50%, 40% from three. So it's like it kind of like she deserves that spot in first team. Maybe she should be second team. But I get it. You know, she got the popularity. But no, I think some other players that's a little bit ahead of. I am excited that of course Asia gonna make it. Of course Brianna Stewart gonna make it.
Yeah.
Those are the faces, really. But they making Caitlin Clark the face of the WNBA as they should. Which I don't know if you guys know, the WNBA just closed on a deal with TNT, so they're gonna end up having more of their games televised. I don't know if you guys know about that. I
Yeah,
found that out
TNT is a
yesterday.
big market.
Yeah,
TNT is a big market.
yeah. So they gonna be
And,
on a
and
lot
and maybe
of
we
streaming
have
apps too.
Shaq, Chuck, and the gang doing commentary. Well, doing the halftime and pregame show for that. That'd be nice, especially to hear
I,
Chuck talk.
Hey,
I thought Chuck, Shaq, and Ernie. I thought they split up. I thought they're no longer a group anymore.
I don't know if they
last
said
I
that.
heard, they did gain the rights back. So TNT. So I don't think they're splitting up. I
No,
don't
Jeremy,
think
I
that
did
group
hear
is
the
split.
same thing at one point. But yeah, definitely this is their last NBA season because now it's going to be going over to the streaming apps,
Yeah.
which is crazy for sports if you ask me. I mean, football's been doing it for a minute, with YouTube, Prime Video, and who else? Now you got professional wrestling is going to stream to Netflix in January of next year, and you got basketball doing that too. I
And I believe boxing. I think also boxing. I believe going to stream. I think Netflix is thinking about picking them up.
That'd be great. I
Yeah.
think somebody needs to pick them up. That's too great of a team to disband just because they're not that shows can't sell that group to a network because it will bring value to the streaming app. But yeah, overall I don't know how I feel about uh, all the sports going over to streaming. I guess that's where it's at, but I don't know. I still got cable. I still got DirecTV. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
If you
I
may
become a
say,
creature of habit. Huh?
or if you may say, isn't cable, is it more expensive like in comparison to streaming platforms, or do you think it's right
Yes,
on
it
par?
is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is more than streaming platforms. To me, it's just not about the prices. I become a creature of habit. I become comfortable with things. I'm afraid to say how long I've been with DirecTV, enough to put a sizable down amount on a house. But I mean, I've been with it so long. I got the DVR that can record. I don't think I'm too comfortable with streaming because it's all based about bandwidth. Netflix for a while, they did streaming and DVDs because all of their movie catalog was not on the streaming app. So if you still had classics in minds that you wanted to see before they were, you know, put off onto your Prime Video or Apple TV,
Yeah.
there was no platform for it, so it still was DVD. And
So
I'm just afraid to lose content.
no, Elroy, man, you got to come all the way over to the dark side, bro. I know you had
No,
turned in all your CDs, right?
eventually I will. Eventually I will. I just got to see how it plays out in the beginning. Do I still what?
Yeah. No, I'm saying like I know you had like I think you sold all your CDs. You had CDs, right? You
No,
sold them all
I
or
had
some records,
cassettes. I had cassettes.
cassettes. Yeah.
I
So,
had
bro, come on
cassette
over, bro.
a cassette collection that
You aging
1993,
yourself.
and that might not sound like much. No, I'm fine wine, homie. I'm fine wine. Shit. Dust me off. I got value. I got value. God damn it. But no, I had a sizable
Yeah.
collection. I had well over 300, maybe 400 cassettes. No bullshit. I
Yeah.
had stacks and stacks of cassette cases.
That's a record
And
label, bro.
when the
Hey,
when the when the, when
hey.
the CD platform came out, I was real reluctant about switching over because I had this huge cassette collection. But I
Yeah.
found this guy, a huge hip hop collector over in Belgium, who bought my cassette collection. And basically, the money that I got, I just bought CDs off of Amazon or eBay just to have that hard copy collection. I can't give it up to the cloud just yet. I gotta have that hard copy. So now I have a huge ass CD collection, and I don't never
Hey,
think I'm gonna give that up.
you know what you sound like? I don't know if you've seen it, but Dion Cole, when he talk about he likes seasoned women.
I thought you were gonna talk about his Old Spice.
Like nah, he say no, ain't nothing wrong with a little seasoned woman. So
So,
that's what he like.
and to
You like
explain why I still
seasoned
have a
kiss.
cassette collection, again, I like the hard copy. I like if the cloud decides to wipe itself, everybody, all we can do is just shrug our shoulders and be like, oh well. So I buy the CD, I rip it to my computer, I have it backed up on two external hard drives. So if my hard copy goes away, I will not replenish it, but I have the backup.
Understandable. Understandable, bro. I
And you know what? Maybe
Hell,
you
too
guys
many
would
records.
understand it better if you came from my generation.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
see,
Elroy,
you
another
guys,
question, bro. One more question, bro. So speaking of
sure.
like the cloud erasing things, hey, do you have that portable like radio just in case like power go down stuff like that?
I
Like a
have
like a
one, yes.
yeah,
The
I
one you
knew you
crank.
did. Yeah, yeah,
Because guess what? I'm a survivalist too. I believe
yeah. I
it's
hear
going to
you.
go batshit crazy one day. Not to mention, the normal
Yeah,
power outages or whatever. And
yeah.
if I need to stay abreast of what's going on, I have that in the garage. I have the crank up radio, flashlight, whatever. Yeah. And I didn't go out and buy it.
Well,
It was given to me, but I figured, hey, yeah. So I am a survivalist in every
well,
sense of the
well,
word.
well. You know the world is hitting all new technology. They got robots speaking and having full conversations with us now. So one big ass EMP, we all we all messed up over here.
Yeah,
'Cause
agreed. Agreed. But if it's
we
like,
all
the
messed up.
situation in Florida where,
Yeah,
power lines are down for weeks, look like it's going to be, you need
yeah.
to have that
You need the
outside
radio.
contact.
Yeah, you need to have it.
And this goes to prove too, as I told you, I still carry cash with me. I believe there's going to be some times where you're going to be ass out with your debit card or your phone,
Hmm.
and long as cash is around and it's still being utilized, I'm going to still carry it around.
Because of you, Elroy, I now carry cash. I used to never carry cash because I used to spend it, But because of you, bro, like I now carry some money on me, a little bit or something,
Wasn't you in a
here and there.
situation where your card didn't work for a couple? No, you lost your card.
Yeah, I lost my car, bro. It lost everything. I was shot. so so yeah, nowadays, bro, I keep a little bit of cash on me.
And so, and even with that, I've shared this as a saving tool. Like when I take that money out, like I might take out $300. So if you're trying to rob me on a good day, you might get $300. On a bad day, you might catch a bullet. Uh, so $300.
Damn.
Not everything is bought with cash. Like I'll buy my gas with my card or whatever. But if I'm like stopping at the store or get something to eat or whatever, I use that cash. And once it comes, let's say tomorrow is payday, which it actually is for me. I get paid on the 15th. That's another thing. That's the day to catch me with the pistol. No, but that money that I have left in my wallet, I stack it. I put it in a little can, and that can, over time, it accumulates a lot. And guess what? That funds my part of my annual Bears trip that I go to every year. That's my spending cash. And you would be surprised how much money you save, especially with dollar bills. I hate carrying dollar bills in my wallet or on my person. So at the end of the week, if I got dollar bills in my wallet, again, it goes in that can along with change. That's one of my saving methods. And you wouldn't believe how much money you save, doing that. So yeah, call me old school.
Hey, hey, this you get paid on the 15th or the 17th.
Huh?
you get paid on the 15th or the
Because
17th.
I said tomorrow, didn't I?
Yeah.
It's one of those.
I'm just trying to make
No,
sure,
literally,
so, you
no,
know,
no,
we
no.
can
It's
we
15.
we can back the truck up with the ski mask.
15.
Hey,
Man.
drive, bro. I'll drive. I'm lookout.
And do that in Radio Land. I want y'all to understand I'm a paranoid motherfucker, so I got pistols stashed all around the house. I literally do. I literally do. You catch me in the kitchen, and you try to bum rush me, bam, pull out the blick. Catch me in the living room. You catch me around the house,
He
you
opened the
gonna catch
stove.
something.
It's in the stove.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey,
Again,
John Wick over
it's
here.
like that survivalist mind state. I have a huge knife collection. I don't know why I like knives, and again, they're kind of like stashed around the house. Uh, it's part of my emergency kit to have a real good sturdy knife. Again, I believe it's going to go batshit crazy where we got to go back to the basics. Let me ask you, do you know how to start a fire without a match?
Yeah. I learned from my
I
pops.
do not.
Okay. Um,
I do not.
we put too much faith in technology that we need to learn the simple things.
No, error. I completely agree. I seen something online where they actually have a book of how to survive, without
Hmm.
without power. And I seen it's not expensive, maybe $50, but it's show you how to do everything. How you get water, how
How to
you
filter
uh how you
water.
how you everything, bro.
Hmm.
It shows you everything. So it's a book. Um, I might get it actually. In that radio, you got the cranking one. Put it in the store somewhere.
But no, even our water, the water we get out of the sink. I don't know how many think, but even the water that comes through there, it's all computer controlled. The right amount of chemicals that they put in the water system to purify it. Um, this actually happened a few years back. I want to say about 4 or 5 years back, where the computer, the guy at the controls noticed an obscene amount of a chemical being added to the water system more than normal. It was somebody literally hacking that system just because they could and just to see what they could do. So we can't. It might be times where we got to shut down the water system as well. Again, I hope that it never happens, but I'm ready for it.
I mean,
No, I
everything
don't.
is
No, I don't
vulnerable.
have jarred pickles in the shed or in the basement, or pickled everything and canned in mason jars. No, I don't have that. That's the only thing I'm sleeping on.
Everything is vulnerable though, because we everybody's plugged in. You got your phone on you. You plugged in. You know they know where you at, what you're searching, what you're looking,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
what you're thinking about, who you're talking to, all that. But that's why you
Yes.
gotta, at least for me, and I've been trying to do this at least the past couple of days, just plug off at a certain time. Disappear. No, not on social media, not on the internet, none of that. Just kind of unwind. Disconnect, and
My
that's the
cousin,
thing.
the one you met, Brandon, a couple of weeks ago, she monitors how much TV time her kids gets, and that's to me that's a good thing because nowadays people like go and sit your ass down and watch TV, and let the TV and the TV is poisoning us in many ways with propaganda. I mean, they get me every time. Hey, try the new what the fuck sandwich here at Arby's. I'm like, you know what? I'll be driving home. I need a what the fuck sandwich, because TV told me to. And she allows them to watch TV on the weekend. And again, it's limited. As to modern day parents, go sit your ass down and watch TV, and they got access to every streaming service, so they can see the R-rated version of everything. It's like
Yeah.
us when I was growing up with the scrambled TV that had the adult channel. If you flip it right back, because when we had dials then, you can catch a titty there or something, or even if you don't touch it, it's gonna scrabble around. But that one moment you be like, that was a titty. But now all they got to do
Hey,
is go on
hey,
go to Pornhub It's so accessible.
Hey, how old were you when? Because I just picture you trying to flip the channel, and you just.
Wait, what you say, Brandon? What you say?
How to know to flip the
I
channel?
picture.
How old was I? Shit.
I
Honestly,
picture. I picture Elroy trying to flip the channel perfectly, so you get that perfect scene. Like,
it's all about the timing. I was honestly, I mean, to give you an age, I was under 10 years old. I was about 8 or 9. And even with
Oh
that,
yeah, yeah.
we had Benny Hill, which was a British comedy. Have you guys heard of Benny Hill? Seen Benny Hill?
No.
That
I haven't
that
seen
used
it, but I know.
it's a British comedy and it was really perverted. That's why only y'all will get this. uh so it's a British comedy, it was kind of perverted, and it would come on Fox, or as we call it,
That's the direct TV, Jeremy.
so I knew I knew to tune in at 9:30 and turn the TV down real low. The TV was not up, but it was like just real low, enough to hear. And I knew I shouldn't have been watching it. I had access to what we would call softcore porn. That's what that show was. He would like the wind would blow and show their panties, or they dress might rip off, but they had underwear on. That's what corrupted me, Benny Hill.
Hey,
So we ain't
hey.
making this the fuck with Roy show or how old is Roy. I'm 50. I'm about to go on 51 in January, but yeah. Let's get back to the subject. We was talking about sports. We talked about the WNBA. Now the NBA season is coming up. You see, I got dressed for the occasion. What are you guys' prediction for the NBA season? What are you looking for, or what are you expecting?
I want to
Brandon?
see how is that. Uh, I don't know. We lost Jeremy.
No, I think he had
Uh,
a sound on and he just muted himself.
oh, okay. Uh, I'm looking forward to the Dallas Mavericks. That's what I want to see right now. No, I do want to see the Bulls rookie that they got. See how he doing, and I want to see Lonzo Ball, which Alonzo Ball is playing tonight. I
Mm-hmm.
want to see how he doing, how he moving out there. So those are things I'm excited for. I know the Bulls ain't going to win no championship, so but I still want to watch the games because I'm a fan. I love the madhouse on Madison. That's what I call it. That's what it's always gonna be to me, because that's what I grew up on. So that's what I'm excited for.
Amongst everything, I'm excited to see the Heat play. Um, I was disappointed in the playoffs, but of uh, Jimmy Butler's attitude. I think he did some bad things and he did some great things. I think he sparked Tyler Hero by provoking that fight. I think that's just going to bring out a beast in Tyler Hero. And I think that shit was funny as hell. I think he went 9 for 27 that night, and Jimmy Butler reminded him of that. And Tyler Hero took a swing at him. He said, "Now you're 9 for 28 because he missed." So I think he's bringing out the beast. He's unleashed the beast in Tyler Hero. Hopefully, it just recently came to our attention that he lost his father during the All-Star break, and he really wasn't mentally there for the rest of the season. And I could explain some of his behavior, which was abnormal to me. But regardless, this season to me is make or break. If championship this year, they should start rebuilding immediately. Um, they've had plenty of chances. They had the bubble. They lost to the Lakers. Props to the Lakers. They at least made it to the finals. Uh, Put in any excuse for the other seasons. Last season Jimmy Butler's attitude, and he's usually the guy to spark, to motivate, or whatever. And he was pretty much causing chaos within the team till Pat Riley checked him. I'm glad he did. I'm glad he came forward, share with us, his mind state, and it kind of makes us understand better. It's actually an excuse, he lost his dad, and we kind of go through different stages of grieving. We lash out in different ways. So I hope he's got it together this season. Bam is looking good. Um, I'm just hoping for a great season. I'm already planning on which game I'm gonna go see in Miami and far as on the road. I want to see Bronny. I don't want to see him fail. I just want to see Bronny. I want to see Bronny grow. I want to see Bronny play because he's not doing too much in it. Uh, but he was good enough to even be considered in the draft. I think. I ain't gonna say top tier, but he was draft worthy. But he had that,
Did you
just like if you go ahead.
did you see his recent interview where he talked about his confidence?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
He said he's a practice player right now, so he has to gain confidence so he can be better on the court in his real game action.
You know
What he
what?
says
And
is he need to build his confidence.
I think it's a weight on him because everybody's already judging him. Oh, you're in the league because of your dad. You only made it because of your dad. I tend to disagree to a certain extent. That might have some play in it, but Bronny was a decent ball player to begin with. Probably not NBA caliber, but he was grade school, high school, college caliber player. He just needs to block everybody out and play the ball. And everybody's going to play him hard. They're going to play him. Let me tell you how hard they're going to play him. You remember in the Olympics when Jordan and Pippen finally got a chance to guard Tony Kukoc before he joined the Bulls? Remember how they guarded him? There's like, I want to see what you got. But
Mm-hmm.
he eventually gained their respect. But he had this thing because Kraus was so for him that that created a negative stigmatism from Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan to okay, show me what you got, show me what you got, type of deal. And Bronny's gonna have to deal with that this season. Once he learns to block him out, he'll be a great ball player. I heard, I've seen and heard funny things. One was LeBron called a timeout, and they say Bronny went into a corner with his face in the corner. Get it timeout. And then there was the NBA 2K5 picture where they see them during the timeout, and Bronny is sitting on LeBron's lap and he's holding his waist.
Oh, that's disrespectful.
Yeah,
That's
that's
disrespectful.
disrespectful. It's funny, but stuff like that could really get in a person's head, and he needs to get people out his head first, and he could probably play some decent ball. Will he be as great as his dad? I don't see it. I see Scottie Pippen's son
Nah.
just got picked up by the Grizzlies, I want to say. I,
Yeah.
I think I see a better game coming out of him. I mean, way more better than I seen, Michael's kids in the basketball profession. But that's another story. Maybe if dad was in there, really in their life and really there for them, he could have really molded them to be some great players.
Well, Scottie Pippen's son is playing defense like his dad. That's that's what he might be good. He might end up being good because his defense gonna lead to his offense for him. So he'll be a great impactful player. Now with Bronny though, I just think he gonna need at least a season. He gonna need at least a season and you know try to get some experience on his belt and build up some more muscle. Get some girth on him. I still think his comparable player him is gonna be like Drew Holiday. That's gonna
Mhm.
be him.
And
That's
everybody's
going.
clowning Klay Thompson too. He's not doing so great in the preseason,
Yeah.
and everybody is making sure it's known what his stats are. 0 for 19 or whatever. I'm just exaggerating, but it's like they want to see him fail, like he betrayed the team. I think it was good for him to move on.
Yeah, but it's preseason. Ain't nobody care about preseason. As long as you get some run, you'll be ready for the seeds. That's all that
Only
matters.
people's caring about the preseason is those fighting for the final spot on the bench. They're playing their
Yeah,
hearts out.
exactly.
Those are the ones playing their heart out. So Jeremy, what are you looking forward to this upcoming NBA season?
Yeah, I'm over trying to jump in. I guess my mic was off. Yeah, y'all
Yeah,
got me on this audio. Can y'all hear me now?
Loud and clear.
yeah, we can.
Yeah, okay. All right, good. Now I was trying to say, if first off, if Scottie Pippen's son is on the Grizzlies, that means the Lakers dropped him this year because he wasn't he on the Lakers bench? Pippen's son. If I'm not mistaken, he was on the Lakers last year. But
Uh,
anyway,
I don't
yeah,
know.
I think so. If you look at it, he played. If I'm not mistaken, man, he's on the bench. I have to confirm that.
I
But
think it was a trade, but yeah, go ahead.
it's a trade. Yeah,
We're gonna fact
yeah. So I was
check.
saying, I'm looking forward to see how Giannis respond back because last year I did actually pick Celtics to win it all, and fortunately they did. So I want some money off that, but I want to see Giannis come back because I think uh that team didn't have a chance to see how good they are because he went down early. Dame first year they had lost Drew Holiday, so I wanted to see how they work it out. But as far as a individual player, I'm rolling with Westbrook. I think he on the tail end of his career, and people give him a hard time of his playing time. I was with my nephew the other day, and I heard him he threw a pass with a playing football, and he said West Brick. I say, wait, what you mean West Brick, bro? Like why you saying that in football? You know what I'm saying? So I think so I want to see Westbrook have a better storyline under his name. Have you guys heard anything like that before?
No,
Yeah, so
I
so
just
there's a stigma with Westbrook. Like people talk about him like how bad he plays, like how he always under like not in control, and he's been bounced around. Like this is what his fourth team in 5 years now. So like I said, he's on his tail end of his career. So I want to see him go out gracefully, and I think going to Denver may help him a little bit better, like because you have a guy who he can lean on. But I really want him to leave gracefully, man. Because right now it's not looking too good, and I really like him as a person. So
so far
I
as
just
Scottie
think
Pippen Jr., he was waived by the Lakers October 16th, and then on the 28th he joined the South Bay Lakers, which is their G League team. So January 16th, Pippen signed a two-way contract with the Memphis Grizzlies, and now he has a standard playing contract.
okay,
So yeah,
yeah.
technically he was with the Lakers, but he rode the bench. And then I heard stories about that as to why he got waived. They was talking about the controversy with his mom. I heard it in passing that it had something to do with her, and all the shit she was going through. But who knows?
Nah,
Maybe
don't say that.
no, but maybe it's like maybe the powers that be, LeBron, you know, didn't want to.
hey, there's a story, and I hate to bring this up though, because I do, despite my dislike of him as a basketball player, I do have respect for LeBron. But the whole situation with Demonte West and his mama, that that is like something I'm like, you know, if you want to get a player out the league, get him out the league. And but Demonte West has had his own drug issues,
Demons.
but it had
Yeah.
nothing to do with LeBron. Yeah,
But what if she
but I
did smash him? That's the ultimate
well
get back
apparently
right there.
apparently she's very promiscuous. Yeah,
Don't say
Scottie Pippen,
no, bro. Oh, talking about
Scotty
his
Scotty
Pippen wife.
No,
no
Yeah.
ex-wife, his
LeBron.
ex-wife,
Oh, Pippen's wife?
Nah.
Pippen's
See, everyone going for the
ex-wife,
Huh?
yeah.
ex-wife. I'm talking
Ex-wife.
about Pippen's ex-wife, Pippen
Oh
Jr.'s
well,
mother.
we went from Delonte to Pippen's wife, but you lost me there for a minute. Thought you was
Yeah.
talking about
No,
LeBron.
I
Thought you was talking
was
about LeBron's mom when you said she was
Yeah. I'm like,
promiscuous.
what?
no. I'm saying if LeBron had a reason to get a player out the league, it would have been in that situation, not this situation. Because I'm saying also that Pittman's uh, ex-wife is apparently very promiscuous. She wants it 4 times a night. You know, that's
Besides the fact of her getting down with Michael Jordan's son, I think she knew that that's not looking right on paper. You know, you leave one player and you go date his ex teammate's son. That that looks kind of bad. You know, you ever had that girl? I can't go out with you. You what you call his best friend, and I used to go with him. And I'd be like, so y'all exes. But anyway. But no, have you ever heard somebody say it not directly towards you? Oh, I can't date you. You're such and such's best friend. How does that look? That's being conscious of yourself, your reputation. Yeah.
Wait, hold up, Elroy.
hold up,
The
hold
fact
up,
the
hold up.
fact that she said that to you, Elroy, are you smashing the homie's girl, man? like
Well, I really and I told her, I said, look, we're associates, we're not friends, and I really meant that. We weren't like buddies or nothing. We weren't like hanging out all the time. I mean, we shared some friends, so it made it look like we was. But no, I wasn't. I wouldn't do that to my friends. But
Hey,
she was fine. She
this
was free, and I really didn't have no loyalty. Not saying I was being disloyal, but there was nothing that made me say, no, this is kind of tacky. Because I have been in situations where I had to step away because it had been tacky, and I'm not a tacky guy. But she wanted to label us as friends, and I'm like, really not friends. Your loss.
yeah.
hey, but wasn't it? And I had to bring this up. But wasn't it Laura Harvey that went with Diddy and the son? So I don't think it's all people had that
Yeah.
same moral, like
No, they
Cole.
don't.
So yeah, so it's like they'll do anything in that celebrity world.
I mean,
It
yeah,
looked
just
like.
like Jennifer Lopez. They call her Thanos. She got like 6 rings already. Um, and then she breaks up with Brad.
Ben
What's his
Affleck.
name? There you go, Ben Affleck. And then she goes back to dating Alex Rodriguez. They wasn't. They
I thought
wasn't. They
I
wasn't. They
thought
didn't
Ben left
announce it
her.
for 2 weeks. Uh,
I
I,
thought Ben left her.
I guess it was a mutual thing.
Never mutual. It's never mutual.
And then I would say
Nah.
I think Ben left her because Ben didn't like being out in the limelight like that. She drug him places. I remember it was an award show which they were sitting front and center. Some award show he wouldn't have been if it wasn't for her, and he was uncomfortable being in front of the camera. She loves the camera, where he's a kind of a nonchalant, laying the cut type of guy. It's like if I'm not in front of the camera, if I'm going to get some coffee, that's about it. But I don't want to have to flaunt my relationship, which Jennifer Lopez did. It's just
Yeah.
I just
unfortunate he backtracked, but it was in the public eye.
I just think with her and women celebrities like her, I'll say this because there's a scene or interview where she's with Mark Anthony, another ex of hers, and he's looking at her other woman's butt, and they're like, "Oh, admiring it," and she's like, "You wonder why we're not together anymore." And I'm like, at some point, there's got to be some reflection on your part because you've had what is it, 6 marriages fail, like, and you the
No,
only
they
common
not
denominator.
complete marriages. Not complete marriages. I think she's been married what,
Well,
3 times? It's just how many rings she's collected from individuals.
nah, she's been married more than that.
Three
I think she's been
times.
married. I think she's been married longer than more than that.
Well, I'm not about to argue
Let
about how many times Jennifer Lopez was married. I got more manlier things to talk about, but I think the number's 3, and I'm not arguing.
yeah, okay. She's been
Yeah.
married 5 times. She's been
Really?
married 5 times. Yeah,
Do
yeah.
those
She
include repeat marriages or marriage to 5 different men?
repeat marriages. Chris Judd and Johnny No. She married Johnny No twice in 1997 and 1998, and then Chris Judd, 2001, divorced in 2003. Mark Anthony, 2004, divorced in 2014, and then Ben Affleck here.
Hey, what website do you subscribe to? Because you brought that up pretty quick.
Yeah. I just looked it up. And
No,
then she was also,
I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you, bro.
and then
No,
also she was engaged to Alex A-Rod.
so
Yeah.
I think she needs to reflect on herself and who she is. Uh, I think she tries to publicize her relationships too much. That's one. Infidelity, probably out of her control. Like I say, I call it the Holly Berry theory. For every 1 million guys that wish they could fuck Holly Berry, there's 100 guys that got tired of fucking Holly Berry. And you gotta
Damn.
no seriously, and you gotta ask yourself why.
Damn.
Wesley Snipes, David Justice, the list goes on. Of the guys she dated. Yeah, Wesley Snipes.
Wait, Wesley got somebody? Hey,
Wesley
Man,
is
allegedly,
Wesley.
bro.
I'm
I don't know.
disappointed.
No, Wesley did date her,
I'm
but I will say
disappointed.
this:
I'm disappointed.
Wesley allegedly is the reason why she has some deafness in her ear.
What?
Allegedly,
Huh?
Explain. Explain the
Yes,
explain
yes,
what the
yes,
storyline behind that.
yes. Explain. Explain.
he used to beat on her. I
Oh
won't say
Lord.
consistently, but he had put his
Oh,
hands on her.
oh.
And
Yeah,
and
I
and
wasn't
Brandon,
aware of that.
Brandon, I know you're disappointed about Wesley, but don't forget he was Blade once upon a time. So the Blade
hey,
Wesley was that
Still,
dude.
and if you saw the
still.
HBO movie, you know what he did to
Yeah.
Sanaa Lathan. Did you ever see that movie with her and Wesley Snipes?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't. Nobody touching that late. That's mine.
What's that movie called?
But-
I think I saw something yesterday about Wesley. What's it called?
I
Do you
mean,
know
I can't think of the
that
movie
movie?
offhand, but it's
I'm
just
gonna
so
look it.
funny that there was a clip of it on YouTube yesterday, and I was watching it, and it was the part where he confronts her about knowing that she's pregnant and trying to convince her to not have the baby. And at this point, he's drunk. And well, later in the movie, he ends up leaving her, and her character suffered through epilepsy. So she didn't want to have the baby because of that, and because he was still married to his wife.
So it's a I guess a drama romance, Disappearing Acts,
There you go,
and
disappearing
in
acts. Yes.
2000. I'm
Yep.
gonna check it out. Hey, Brandon, I sent you a clip of
I
her.
saw that.
Remember? Yeah, I saw that clip of Sanaa Lathan.
that's I know. I know. No. Sway can't even play that role though. That's supposed to be my role. Can't even play that role. Can't even play that role.
So your
But that's
sweetheart
another
Jeremy
story.
just turned 44. Shanti, she just had a birthday.
Yeah. Hey, is she still pregnant or she gave birth?
The latest I've
Gave
seen is
birth.
she's still pregnant. She is okay.
They gave birth.
So Elroy, who you
Well,
got?
I say they like Nelly was pregnant too.
Who,
Uh
who was your who was your celebrity crush at one time, Elroy?
oh, Sheila, E, of course.
Oh, okay.
But I'm putting her on the back pedestal because I'm
He,
checking out
he
Corinne.
mad.
No,
Who? Wait, what?
Corinne Bailey Ray.
I don't know who that is.
Corinne?
Corinne Bailey Ray.
Nah, I don't know who that is.
She's a singer. That's all I could tell you. She's
Corinne?
British. Corrine Bailey Ray. RAE.
How you found her? Your music selection?
Uh, so when I was working at the airport years ago, this coffee shop used to play the song over and over, and it just irritated the fuck out of me. And then one day I was like, you know what? She got a nice voice. Let me see what else she got. And she became one of my favorites. She's been one of my favorites now for about, wow, almost over 15 years now, I
No,
want to
wait,
say.
time out, bro. Time out. So how did it switch this year from Sheila E to Bailey Ray?
So
You were Sheila E for
because
a while now, bro.
I went to see Sheila E. The last time I saw her was in December. and I just wasn't enthused. It was like, okay, yeah, that's Sheila. E. Nice. I took pictures and everything, and I'm just like, you know what? She's 66 years old. I need to give her a rest. Let me reevaluate this relationship, and we'll see what happens. No,
Just
no, literally
reflect.
at that concert, I said to myself, because every time she came to Chicago, I was there, and I said, you know what? I'm probably good on her coming. Next time she come, I'm probably good. I don't need to see her. Same playlist, same music. It's just I got tired. I got.
You said reevaluate this relationship. sound a little crazy, but
Yeah, yeah. So we on a break. So yeah, me and Sheila E on a break, and she didn't even know we was going together. Much less know we
hey,
on a break.
hey, remember I told you early in the podcast that you like Dion Cole, you like them seasoned women.
um. So I think I mentioned who's my real crush right now, and that's Don Hasbrook from Fox 32 News. So Don Hasbrook from Fox 32 News, holla at your boy. Uh, yeah, she's a
Hey
cutie.
Brandon, you notice how you said one person, everybody's saying three. he just he just can't stop, man.
Hey, you give me the drink and I spill it all. But yeah, I got my crushes.
Okay.
But I'm a refined gentleman. I don't have to fight and defend them like you guys do. Y'all be ready. Y'all was ready. Brandon was ready to go to blows one time. We was just having fun. I was like, man, we better quit. I'm just fucking with you, bro.
Wait. Oh, I'm like, where was
you you wasn't ready to come to blows, but you sure as hell defend this fuck out your woman, man. And I ain't talking about Thea. you defend the fuck out of her. Ain't no
Oh,
shame.
Sonali?
Shit. Yeah.
That's
It was
Hey
just
Brandon,
us,
just like a childhood crush.
what's your favorite Brandon? What's your favorite Sanaa Lathan movie?
My favorite, just in terms of how she looked and how she acted,
No,
probably
no, bro,
it's
just your
it's
favorite
it,
movie,
it,
bro. It's
he
just your
said
favorite
it
it's
all.
movie.
got
He said it earlier.
it's gotta it's gotta be Love and Basketball. That's number one, and
Okay.
then the second one, and she only had a short part in this one, was the Blade, because I just think she looked good in that movie. But that's it.
So you know that scene, Jeremy, in Love and Basketball? She said, I want to play you for your heart. Brandon
Mm.
imagined seeing his head over Omar Epps' head.
Nah, but I legit have a little tear every time I see that movie, especially the one where she climbing in the window and she getting that letter from UCLA. I don't know why. I
Why you
legit
cried that part, bro?
I legit have a little tear.
Why
I
you
don't know.
crying
I
for
She
her?
leaving me.
Hey, why you crying at that part, bro?
She
No,
leaving
honestly,
me.
honestly, bro, why you crying at that part? I really want to know. Like, why are you crying at
But
that part?
hey, uh, I don't know. It's just that
Most people
scene
cry
is
at
is
the
is
most people cry
romantic.
at the scene.
It's
Most people
romantic,
cry at the
man.
scene when they playing 101 and then the song changed and she about to like
Nah,
lose.
that
They cry.
nah, it's romantic, man. It's romantic. Even when they on the floor dancing and then, hey man,
Hey,
I ain't
hey,
gonna I ain't gonna
Jeremy.
get into
Hey, Jeremy.
Oh, you
Look,
cry like
Jeremy.
you cry like
Jeremy. He be saying to himself, I legit would have threw that game.
look, I'm doing this, throwing that ball on the backboard.
He'll be traveling, losing the ball on purpose.
But hey, that movie gets you, man. That movie gets you, man. It's
Oh
emotional.
yeah, we was
It's
talking
hey,
emotional.
about movies.
Brandon, it's funny because my childhood crush was the character who played her as a child in the movie, Kyla Pratt.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's crazy. You say that.
Who Katie?
Who?
Tyler
Who'd you
Pratt.
say?
Kyla Pratt was play her as a as a
Oh,
child version of Yeah, it's not later.
Oh, I thought you was
Doctor
talking
Doctor
about.
Doolittle daughter.
I never seen Dr. Doolittle. I thought he
Hey,
was
don't say
talking
that, bro.
about.
Don't say that.
I thought he was
That make
talking
it sound
about.
horrible, bro. That make it sound.
I thought he was talking about the younger daughter from Damon Wayans' show, My Wife and Kids.
What's the other one? 101.
Yeah, 101. Yep. 101.
Y'all going way back, and next y'all gonna be saying sister to sister and shit. but
Y'all funny, bro.
but real talk, Damon Wayans' daughter, the youngest one, Katie, I think it was her name, and My Wife and Kids, she grown up to be fine as hell. I guess I'm the only one. I'm the only one that follows on Instagram.
Oh my god. Man, I think we lost Brandon. But Elroy, I guarantee you, man, you got like 10,000 follows. Are
No,
you,
on
you know what I'm saying?
Instagram.
You were following 10,000 people, yeah.
No, no, I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah, you are, aren't you? Yeah.
No, but I could really imagine younger me following if Instagram was around. It'd be 20K.
Hey, hey, for my wife and kids. And it's funny how last name is Parker. Because you'd be like, hey, Miss Parker.
Hey, Miss Parker.
I bet that be real.
So again, I just saw something on YouTube too, and again, it's totally random. The older daughter from My Wife and Kids, how she went through her trials and tribulations in the acting era. Now she's like 6 years celibate, and she's like doing this little. She's writing books and all about spiritual energy and all that stuff. And on the show, she was dumb as rocks. She used to do dumb shit like bump into the walls and shit like that. But yeah, she went through some. There was even rumors that she was banging Damon Wayans because there was another actress that got the role and they recast it, brought her in, and allegedly, and I say allegedly, Damon Wayans kind of groomed her until she was of legal age and he had a relationship with her. This is what I saw on YouTube. So
Oh,
some crazy
I
oh
would
shit.
wow.
hate that.
So
That's
so
new.
there's so they like let's get done with Diddy first before we go after the rest of them. So they
Hey,
by the way they set a
what's
date for his trial. It's in March next year. Still not making bail, but trials in March. So they're moving on kind of
I think
swiftly.
that's I think that's the messed up part. At least give him some bail. Because I mean, what good is he sitting in jail?
Well, is he a flight
He ain't
risk?
gonna go nowhere.
I think
What's the
he
flight risk?
honestly I think I'm not saying he would, but I would think he has the means to get out of the country if he needs to go to a country
Well,
where there's no extradition.
if he flees it, then you know he's guilty. You know he's guilty if he flees.
Well,
But
well, that's all you can do is prove without a well, not without a shadow of a doubt, but he's running and that he can't come
yeah,
back.
yeah, you look real guilty then. You start fleeing. That's what I'm saying. At least release him. If he flees, you know the man guilty. At least public perception. There's
What do you
no
what do you think the worst thing that can happen out of that besides him going to jail? I say
going to
Johnson and
jail.
Johnson getting him a sponsorship.
So
Yo,
this case, so hey, Elroy, so is this case really is like it's now criminal? It's not civil.
It's criminal.
it's
It's
criminal.
criminal now.
And
It's criminal now. Okay.
unfortunately, there's still people coming up, and I'm sure you probably getting earshot of it. There's people still coming out of the woodworks. There's one lawyer who says he has over 100 people that said Diddy sexually assaulted him, and I'm kind of skeptic about that because why would they gravitate to this one lawyer? You know, what's so special about him? If that's true.
Yeah.
I
Have you
find
guys
all
heard
that to be
about?
weird. What you say, Jimmy? I'm sorry.
No, I was saying like, have you guys heard about so allegedly or supposedly Jamie Foxx is coming out with a tell-all story, and he's making claims that you know how he had that illness that like he was in coma for like maybe a couple weeks. Um,
Mhm.
they're saying that P Diddy and some people came to his shoot, his video, not video shoot, but like his movie
Movie
shoot,
set.
whatever, the
Mhm.
movie set, and they had got into altercation, and someone passed him some water, you know, and he's saying that P Diddy was responsible for that. I'm not sure how true it is, but it's something that popped up that's going around that Jamie Foxx has this tell all video is coming out in like 3 to 5 days. So
I just
we'll see
Be
how that what
very
happens.
well. I seriously doubt that, but I'd be very well interested to see that because I don't think another celebrity would rather another celebrity like that. Uh, but one thing, did you read about Eve being poisoned at one of Diddy's parties?
Nah.
Yeah, she was. This was years ago when she had first came onto the scene. She drank somebody gave her a bottle of water and it's a drink and it started making her dizzy. She even admitted to leaving her drink unattended for a moment. And the person that saved her was Janet Jackson.
Saved
She
her how? What do you mean saved her?
hey, I need this, I need that. I know one of the things
Mm.
was salt, and she kind of like nullified the effects of whatever it was that was making her incoherent and drowsy.
see
Wow.
all these stories just make you think like because I heard one lawyer talk about uh Diddy's not the only one female lawyer she got on some show, and she was talking about uh Jay-Z and Beyonce just as bad,
I heard
and they
that too.
sent they sent the cease and desist order to them immediately for this to take it down and all that. So I'm like,
Well, a cease and desist only works if it's not true. If you're making a falsehood and if you continue to sprout that rumor, then yeah, then they can come after you for lying. But is it a lie?
we'll never know, but I just think it's crazy. Like now you got all these tech video editors out here making all these AI videos, fake videos of Diddy at these
Mm-hmm.
parties with hookers, Jay Z in the background laughing and holding his holding his drawers, some crazy stuff they got out here. These they make
So we were just talking about this a few weeks, the dangers of AI. You know, you really got to really dig deep to authenticate these videos now, because your defense can be, hey, this is AI, this ain't real. It's
Now,
totally unreal.
now I wonder if the trial is going to be either like a bench trial or a jury trial, because you know how like our people like I guess you guilty, you know what I'm saying, in the public eye, you know. So I wonder like what case that his lawyer's going to take, you know. I think it's going to be very important which one he takes, because I can
That's
see
interesting. Yeah.
yeah, you know, I can see it going bad for him for with the jury, you know.
I
Because
always
like
wonder when it comes. I'm
go
sorry to
ahead.
cut you off, Jim.
No, go ahead.
I
What you
always
saying?
wonder.
You
I always wonder about these high profile individuals. How do you? Because with a jury, you're supposed to be objective to this and not know of the ramifications of the case and not be swayed. How do you do that as a jury when you're dealing with such a high profile individual
How can you
like
not
Diddy?
hear about it?
Yeah. How
yeah.
can you not be aware of this? How can you not hear about this? How can you not be swayed when you hear all these details?
And
Yeah.
that's my question, because
That's the
I know
crazy.
like I know most lawyers, well not most, I know like I think majority of our community at least know what's going on in this case, right? About this, you know, could be all F about it. Like it's on all kind of like black platforms, right? But so you would think maybe go the other route, other minorities or Caucasian. I don't know, bro. But how do you, like you say, how do you eliminate that? I know.
Even if you're a different minority, you know, Diddy is worldwide. Like you can go in Paris and people know who Diddy is.
Yeah.
Like how do you eliminate that? That's like if Taylor Swift was on in jail for something. You can't eliminate the fact that people know who she is. Like that's you're not gonna
You
find 10 people
you
who
would
don't
get
know who Taylor
people
Swift.
you would get people to be interviewing for the jury, like, have you ever heard of Taylor Swift or her music? You'd be like, no, and then they look at Taylor Swift and wink.
Exactly.
Yeah, you
Exactly.
really.
That's like
So, what is really a jury of your peers that has not heard of you? You know, that 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 I find fun. That's what I would like to have clearly defined to me.
that's crazy though. It's crazy. But I think we should get into a lighter subject though, because we didn't discuss the best TV shows we watched around this time. So we didn't discuss that. I know that was a topic we wanted to discuss then.
So, are we talking about
What's
the best or what we currently are involved in watching?
just the best ones you currently watching right now?
Are the best ones I'm currently watching? There's this
Yeah.
reality show
I
called
thought you
Mountain Man,
I
and it's
thought you was gonna
about
say something. Actually, I'm sorry. I
confessions of
thought
a
you was gonna
stripper.
say something. I thought you was
It's
gonna say
about
something crazy.
surviving in the states, in Alaska, Montana, all over North Carolina, and how they survive off the grid, so to say. I find it real amazing. I I kind of wish I had that spirit in me to do it. I like how they're self-sufficient, their own garden, water source, and it's not all primitive sticks and stones. They got solar panels too, but it's them living off on their own without, living off the government. And they have stuff like that
Yeah.
called off the grid, where they build homes, real fancy homes. But I'm talking about these guys are just real normal, like log cabin homes or whatever you have you. I love watching that show.
That's the only one you watch.
Oh no, I like the Chicago Fire. I'm really into that. I think it's on its tail end. It's been 13 seasons in. At some point, a show kind of loses its, purpose until they start doing like uncrazy shit, like a ghost setting fire or some shit like that. Like I said, it's 13 seasons in. I only imagine for it to be still remain good, it probably has maybe two more seasons left in them. Um, Life after lockup. Yes, life after lockup. It's about.
I knew it was gonna be something crazy. I knew it was
It's
gonna be something
Do you know? Have you seen it before?
crazy. I've seen the highlights
Well, yeah. Well, so
of
it
Love
is.
After
It's
Lockup.
Yeah, love after lockup or love during lockup. They be having relationships. You know, some simp ass fool be sending this chick thousands of dollars, and they've never seen each other face to face. No, I just really, and I just got through watching this past season. This guy put all this money into it, bought her a truck. She had to stay in Vegas, I think, for her work release or whatever. He got her
Bro.
apartment. He put himself in so much deep debt. The first night, she was like, I don't think we should sleep in the same room, much less the same bed. I'm just not ready yet. So I'd have been like, well, shit, go sit your ass on the couch. I pay for all this. Let me know when you're ready. And it wasn't, I guess, probably a whole week. Well, they can stretch it out on TV, but they weren't together a whole week before she said, I think you should go back home, where she stayed on the East Coast, and let me figure things out. I buy it and let me pack my shit as I go. I mean, he had her decked out with purses, iPhones. iPhones itself cost like 1,500. Not to mention paying for the plan. That's just the phone itself. He bought us shoes, different purses, everything, talking about how much in love with her she was. And then, she was like, I got a fucking kid I can't even see right now. And like, he's talking to the camera, giving his confessional. I wish I could do something. I wish I could wave my hand and take her pain away, but I know it's out of my control. And I'm just like, dude, she taking you for a ride. So he went back home and she ended up marrying like a boyfriend that she had like previously before going in jail. And did she keep all the stuff? I don't know. But she
That-
basically told him, go home, we'll figure this out in a few weeks. And in a few weeks, she went and got married to dude. It's funny to see the way they simp out. And it's funny to see like polar opposites thinking they can make it work, in a real life environment. So it's just entertainment purposes. I like wrestling too, so that's a soap opera right there. But shit like that,
I
it is so ridiculous.
I saw an episode. Well, not really saw an episode, but I saw the highlights. There was a lady on there, and or she was a heavier lady, bigger lady. I won't.
Black
No, yeah, she was black,
from
and then
Chicago.
she was yes, yeah, I think you
Okay,
know what I'm talking about. I think you know what
Monique.
I'm talking about, but but not Monique. But the gentleman came out, and he was broke, of course, no job, couldn't do anything. And they had went out to dinner. And he ordered steak, lobster, all that. And then when the bill came, he did
Give it to
one
her.
of these one of these smooth numbers. The end of the waiter has it in his hand, and he did one of these and led it
Yep.
to her. And I'm like, I'm like, dude. I'm
So
like, come on,
then
man. These
further down
people.
the episode, he came to visit her in Chicago, and they went out to a club and shit. It was on the west side, because you could tell by the street signs on the expressway. He was flirting with one of the champagne girls. I'm like, dude, say you got to go get a pack of cigarettes and be on some bullshit. Don't be in the same place, but like I'll be right back. And he nodding for the champagne girl to come over there, and they exchange information and shit. And then he come back. She like, what did you say to him? Like I didn't say nothing to her. She went in the bathroom. I went in the bathroom. Separate bathrooms, of course. And I'm just like, damn, Johnny on the spot like that with that bullshit ass lie. Yeah, for entertainment purposes. So yeah, I'm a cross
uh,
between nature and reality, and nature with reality,
dra-
and people living in
drama.
fantasy on reality. Yeah, drama.
Well, mine is a little more the fantasy side of it. I don't watch the reality TV shows, the Love and Hip Hop or the Love After Lockup, but I have seen stuff like that, and just shows that I watched. It's like Reasonable Doubt, which is a great show. It's about a lawyer, and it's a crazy show. It's a crazy show because it's a lot of love, drama, killing. She's a lawyer that defends her friend, ends up getting kidnapped in the first season by a man that's in love with and stalking her. And it's a crazy dynamic in there too, because in the beginning of the first season, her husband, it's literally got cameras in the apartment, and they live in separate locations, but they married, and he has cameras in her apartment, so she's over there having sex with the dude, whatever dude she having sex with. He in there watching, and I'm like, he in there watching, and I'm like, it trip you out. It's a show that trip you out. But it's crazy stuff like that me and my wife be watching, and then of course, we watch all the Law and Order, FBI shows, Chicago PD, Chicago Fire, like you, Roy. That's the stuff that we be watching around this time, and Law and Order, surprisingly, SVU has not gotten over the many years that we watching. It's not gotten stale at any point. It's always been good. That's one show I can watch like forever. I can even go back and watch
So
season
so
one all the way up to the.
real quick, that's one of my shows too. And if it goes a period where I got a whole bunch of shows, all saved up and I haven't watched, those are the first ones I watch, is the SVU ones. I want to say it's over
It don't get
25 years. Plus, they play off of current events too.
It
one
don't get
episode
stale.
I need to go back and see is the one that's supposed to be modeled after the Rihanna and Chris Brown thing. I got to go back and catch that episode.
Man, that's crazy. It's crazy.
Jeremy, what
But
are you watching?
I
Oh, well, with the wife, I'm watching. Well, she got me watching. Love Is Blind, so it's like a reality TV show. So, that's what we're watching right now, man. Love Is Blind. It's actually pretty interesting because, like,
So what's the premise
you
of
know,
it? Are they
the whole
literally
concept
blind or are
is
they just
no, no. The whole concept is you trying to find I guess you're a wife, but you can't see her or you can't see him. So basically, there's like 20 people who enter into this like testing point, and you have to go to like different pods and just communicate with people, right? So you have to make your connection just all communication. So then once you guys do that for a couple of weeks, you will the guy will of course will propose to a girl that he haven't seen. Just he fell in love, quote unquote, just by talking to her through a door, whatever, basically, right? And then so after he proposed to her, then finally he gets to see her. And then from that point, it's like maybe 7 couples in the actual show send them to like a resort. This time they went to Cancun, right? So now you have to now you have like 6 weeks to live together and to be in the real world to see if you guys are compatible, right? So it's a lot of drama with like, you know what I'm saying, date somebody new and you gotta meet their family. So everything is sped up within like 3 months, right? So that's the whole premise of the show. So you basically trying to find love without like being the typical, you know, love like seeing somebody before, you know what I'm saying? So it's a way they're trying to do like a different kind of courtship, right? So that's what we're watching together. But for me, are you guys familiar with I don't know his real name. Wait, what? Have you heard of it? The Love Is Blind?
No, I'm just saying, like, well, first of all, you said that's what we watch together. Let me tell you what I
Uh,
really watch.
let me tell you
But
what I
no,
like though.
first of all, the premise of that show, they set them up to fail because I think the first thing that attracts us is appearance.
Yes. So honestly, bro, I don't know. I don't know. Like maybe because I don't know how the men on that show do it. I understand women in a way because it's so many different ways that women fall in love with men.
Women
But
don't fall for
typically,
looks generally. Generally
yeah,
don't fall
generally
for
they don't.
looks.
You know, I mean, I'm sure they have a standard, but generally they don't. But men normally is always men top two to even start the conversation off, right? It
so
normally something, you know. Go ahead.
the one season that I watched that at, there was a literally that scenario. The woman was more madly in love with the man. It was two couples on it, and one was white and white, and the other one was white and black. And then when
Mhm.
they saw each other, everything else matched up. The lifestyle, the values, all that matched up. But when they saw
Yeah,
each other, from then on, then it went
it went
downhill.
bad, right? It went
And
downhill.
then it went downhill.
Yeah,
Then the woman, the white couple ended up becoming. The woman became so insecure because the man, when he saw all the other women that were there, he was giving them compliments on their body and everything, and she was looking like, "What about me?"
yeah,
and
man.
and then the interracial couple, when he saw all the women, because he was expecting her to be, because he was black, he was expecting her to be
Yeah,
a black woman. When
yeah.
he saw that she was white, oh man, he acted a plum fool. He was ignoring her, like he was like, she was talking, man. She was in full conversation with him. He just, yeah, yeah, oh, okay. Like he was doing that to her, and I'm like, but she was so like when you couldn't see what she looked like. He was all into her, and
Yeah.
that was the thing that you see the insecurities of people and the maturity of people on that show. So we have watched that before, but I was like, man, I ain't interested in that. But it's crazy.
No, that's what
So
we watching right
what are you
now.
watching on your
Uh,
own? What do you watch
Oh,
on your
so
own?
okay, so if y'all familiar with this character, I don't know his real name, but Al Bundy. You guys
Oh,
know?
Married
Have
with
you heard?
Children.
Okay,
oh
so
yeah,
not that TV show though. He has a new one. I didn't know it. It's been on for like almost like 11 seasons.
modern
It's called
Modern
Modern
Family.
modern family.
Family. I love
Fucking
Modern Family,
hilarious.
bro. It's
Yeah.
like it's now my top two. You know what I'm saying? I really like I'm rocking with that. So I'm on season one right now, and I think it's episode 13. But hilarious, man. If you haven't seen it, check it out.
Jeremy. Jeremy,
Yeah.
you will crack the fuck up. Now, I called it like it was already an existing show, and I called it, during the regular season run. And then I know after wrestling, episodes of Modern Family would come on. And I guess it over recorded, and I looked at it. I said, I'm watching every fucking episode. I think it was like up to season 6. They was in season 6. So between USA Network, uh, the Fox channel, Fox 32, and USA, Fox 32, and I think E, I was recording all the shows. And there was this app that it has the show and each breaks it down each season. So I say within 6 weeks between recording from those sources, I caught up on all 5 episodes as I was watching season 6. And I became a faithful, I think it was everyday watcher when it came on, just especially the dynamic of him marrying the Colombian girl. Uh,
Hilarious.
and you're gonna find out something more hilarious about that as it goes. But just the whole aspects of it, the homosexual couple, the Dunphys that had the 2 daughters and the boy, just everything about that show was just so fucking funny. Even the little, they call it the cold opening, the little intro, it's always
Yeah.
something fucking hilarious. That is a great show. Yes, I agree.
Great show. Hey,
one
Brandon,
th-
have you
one
seen it
thing
or,
I
or heard
loved,
of it? Oh, you
yeah,
watched it. Okay, go
yeah,
ahead.
I've seen it. One thing about that show that make it cool for me is it like it has that seriousness and the funny so well. Like there's a scene that I remember. He was talking about how his father. His father was always hard on him. Like never show emotion, never cry, never none of that. So when his father watched him play football game, he ended up breaking his collarbone, and his father was in there like, I'm not gonna cry, I'm not gonna cry, because his father had built him up to not cry, and he tried to play, and he ended up passing out on the field, and he talked about how his father died and everything, and he never told his father I love him, none of that, and it was like a serious scene, but he tied it so well, it made the aspect lighthearted, and so he a great actor. His
Yeah.
name is Ed
Great.
Ed O'Neill. Ed
Hmm.
O'Neill,
Um,
a
I
great
like,
actor.
and I'm sure he's doing it in his first season, how Phil Dunphy is low key flirting with Gloria, low key, and she's not aware of it. But when he starts doing something, his wife will be like, "Hey Phil, you okay?" Huh? I wasn't doing nothing. I was looking at the chest. Yeah, great show. Yes, it is. Fellas, are we all talked out?
I think we didn't cover everything
I
for
know.
tonight.
I just want to beat Thea down before she drags you away from the monitor saying, "Yeah, I got to go work out," or or
Yeah,
she
you know
won't,
that's a routine.
or she
That's a
won't
routine.
Chick-fil-A.
Hey, hey, I want to throw. I want to let Jeremy know week 8 is approaching. You know what that
Oh
means?
yeah, I know what that mean. I can't wait,
Yeah,
bro.
week
You know what I'm
week
saying?
8 is approaching. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. Don't
So
no
originally that game
excuses.
was set to noon, but they changed it. It's going to be 3 in the afternoon instead.
Yeah, it flexed it.
I
Yeah,
guess
so
I guess it's a big game and they couldn't move it to directly prime time. That's the closest to prime time they could move it. I guess that's a big market game. So yeah. Um, quick thing about that, the Bears are winning the games they're supposed to win. So I'm really still not impressed. Um, Caleb is putting some points on the board. The offense is putting some points on the board, but I'm still not impressed. There's still a lot more to prove. But again, I'm rooting for the Bears to do better.
I'm impressed because we played bad teams last year, and the year before that, and the year before that, we were 3-14. So I'm impressed. I'm impressed because they play, and our defense has really been impressive because for I believe since week 1 of last year, I think this is a record. We've had a turnover in every game, and we've held the team to 24 points or less in every game since week 1 of last year. That's an amazing stat. Just throwing it out there. I'm impressed.
Jeremy, what you got to say? I
Like
want
honestly,
I
bro,
want to get Brandon riled up. What you got to
no,
say?
yeah, no. Honestly, bro,
I'm
I ain't gonna
impressed.
lie. I'm kind of nervous of that JD versus Caleb game. I'm kind of nervous, but we gonna see how it
I'm
go, man. We gonna see how it go. I swear I
Hey,
can't let Brandon win that game, dog. I'm gonna hit that for the next 8 weeks.
I'm gonna be
No,
humble.
I
I'm gonna
think
be
it'll be
humble.
longer than that. I think it'll be the next 8 years.
I'm gonna be humble. I'm gonna be humble.
His
Hey, I say
background
that.
his background gonna go from what the fellas think to the final score with the Bears winning. That's gonna be his new logo.
Hey,
If they
if
do it,
I
it's
put
not because of Caleb. It's be because of Gordon. It ain't because of Caleb. You know, because of Gordon.
hey, we still gotta put points on the board. We're going against the #1 offense in the NFL. And it's crazy that a rookie is doing this too. They got a rookie quarterback, Washington, and they got the #1 offense in the NFL. That's crazy.
Bro, you're making my
That's
point
crazy.
2 weeks ago.
That's
You're
crazy.
making my point.
That's crazy. But we did we did #5 defense in the NFL too, though.
See what I'm saying? So
We
if y'all
bringing the
win, it's not
smoke.
because of Caleb. It's because of
We bringing the
Gordon. It ain't
smoke.
because of Caleb.
We're bringing the smoke.
All right, we
Bringing
gonna
the
see.
smoke. I'm just saying.
So, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. That's episode 22 in the books for today. Uh, great time again as always. Especially you don't know how much we freestyled this episode, but I think we had a great time. Again, I did it with some great guys. I'm not speaking for you. I'm speaking of you guys. So speak up.
Hey, I want to thank our audience for listen to us through the technical difficulties, all the video cutting out and stuff. But we appreciate y'all. Definitely like, comment, and subscribe, and continue to enjoy us and go on this journey with us through these amazing episodes. So we appreciate y'all. Thank you.
So again, one last
Like,
thing I want to add. I'm sorry, Jeremy. Oh no, go ahead,
no,
Jeremy.
I just want to say likewise, man. But please, you guys, if you guys can send us comments, send us subjects because we lacking, on a subject end. So if you can help out, just pitch in. We appreciate it truly.
And again, what I want to say about episode 20 was so great in that we have more content based around that coming up real soon. We're gonna have some more guests on for the plight of Brian Jones. Uh, so far, this is our biggest uh, viewing that we've got off of an episode. So I'm glad we're doing something to get it noticed, something of substance. We're gonna come with new and fresher substances, subjects as well. But stay tuned, like Jeremy said, right in if you want to hear what the fellas think. I said that all sexy and shit. I didn't mean for it to
Seasoned
come out
women.
there. But yeah, check us out next week or